Hi, this is Kareem at Casual Properties again. We're here in Arlington, about 4 stories up, doing building inspections. So we're on the roof of this building today, and I wanted to point out some stuff that you'll find helpful if you own a building or you're considering buying a building, some of the things that you want to look for. So the roof of this building is not in bad shape. Um, how you make that determination is you don't see any deep areas where water would be puddling. There's not a whole lot of debris up here. Nothing really indicating serious issues. However, that doesn't necessarily mean there are no issues. It just doesn't indicate there are any issues at this time. So one of the things that I noticed while looking around up here is this left chimney flue here is missing a cap. You want to have a cap on there just like the one on the right hand side for two reasons. One is to prevent water from directly going on into the flue, which will eventually make its way into the basement and flood the basement of your building, as well as to keep squirrels, raccoons, rats, mice, and other rodents from coming in to the building and causing issues. Another thing you want to look out for are the gutters of the building. You want to make sure that the gutters are clear, that the water has easy access to getting off the roof. If you look at this one here, you'll note that there's a little bit of debris in there, but not a whole lot. A simple clean out and you should be good to go. The building in general, or the roof in general, is covered with gravel. Very typical for these flat roofs. It's usually a layer of gravel followed by asphalt, and then there's a rubber base at the bottom. These black spots here indicate that the asphalt is becoming loose and mixing with the gravel. So probably a good idea to add another layer of gravel onto this roof just to protect it a little bit better. So we're back over at the chimney again, and another thing you want to pay attention to is the area between the bricks. If you see any areas that are becoming deep, for example down here, a lot of the concrete is flaking out. This is something you want to get repaired. Eventually what happens is water will start making its way in there, the bricks will start falling out, and it turns into a pretty big and expensive issue. So see how this is flaking here? You don't want to see that. You want to get someone to come out and point it up, is what it's called, where they put a new layer of concrete or quickcrete in here to give you that extra layer of protection. Another thing for you to pay attention to would be the corners of the building. Typically the water forces the gravel down into the middle of the building, also on the sides of the building like it is here on the sides of the roof. So you want to eventually come up or have someone come up and rake the gravels back so that this area is not exposed. When the area is exposed like this, it's more prone to water making its way down into the roof and into the unit just below it. Also want to pay attention to these seam lines here. See how it's cracking? This one's not quite bad, but once it becomes more evident of a deeper, wider crack, you want to get it patched up and taken care of again to prevent water access. Water is the worst enemy of most buildings and houses. It causes the most damage to buildings and houses. So you want to protect against water. If you look around the roof here, you'll see also some dark spots that I spoke about earlier. That can indicate a little bit of a dip in the building. Again, gravel coverage usually solves that issue. What we have here is flashing. Flashing goes around the outer edge or the perimeter of the building on the roof, and it's a rain guard from the water beating down between the asphalt here and the actual structure of the roof. So this kind of caps off the top and has a preventative layer of water, a preventative layer of metal that stops water from going down between the seams. Really important that this is in good shape. The seams, is always a good idea to caulk the seams of the flashing to make sure water doesn't get under and then makes its way in between the asphalt layer and the structure itself, again causing leaks on the inside for you. So when you do these roof inspections, you always want to take a look around the entire perimeter of the roof to make sure all the flashings intact. Sometimes there are nails that hold them in place, like this one. The nails become loose and it starts to flip up. Again, perfect area for water intrusion, so you want to have someone take care of that as soon as possible before the whole thing comes off and causes more issues for you. So just recapping the main areas of the roof that you want to look at. Again, the roof itself, you want to look for deep dips, any sign of water settling. You want to check on the gutters to make sure they're free and clear of debris. Clean any debris off the building that could potentially block the gutters. And you want to check your flashing, check your seams for deep cracks and any areas of water intrusion. And again, regular maintenance. So we're pretty much done with this building. Not a whole lot to do on the roof. A couple little issues that need to be addressed before they turn into big ones. My rule of thumb is jump on things, be proactive and not reactive. Being proactive with your maintenance will be a lot cheaper than being reactive and waiting until there's a serious issue to take care of. You are in the business of making money. You want to make as much money as possible and take care of things best as possible so that it doesn't cost you more money later on. We'll see you next time.